Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Do make sure that you are subscribed and also to like the video. So listen, you guys, listen. Yesterday I was watching the episode of Mark J podcast and chill where they were doing, was it the media briefing? I don't know what they were trying to do. But anyway, you guys, I thought that that episode was a good idea because it just gave us a fuller picture of how this whole thing is going. And it's unfortunate that Cyan, who is the person that this whole thing started with, was not there. Because, listen, I think that if Cyan hadn't joined the program and did have videos and posted them, I don't think that we would be where we are. We wouldn't even be aware that there is this program, a lot of us, because that was the first time that I heard about it. And I'm sure there are some people that are, the same as me who did not know about this program. So, listen, you guys, listening to the influencers talking about their experience, I don't want to lie, you guys. There is a mother in me that feels like, what if these kids really honestly didn't know? And really, for us, it would have been easy to pick up the red flags. What if they didn't pick up the red flags? I did like the fact that Usia, who is the guy that works for the agency and is the one that was actually like the middle person when it comes to this program, was there. I like the fact that he came because, of course, he knew that it wasn't going to be easy there because people were going to be trying to hold him accountable, and also they were going to try and throw him under the bus. Okay. I think that he did well for himself, you guys. I would have crumbled with everybody coming at me like that. But you guys, I do feel like he did not really take any accountability. And I think that honestly, we do have to think about the fact that this saga might end up being a legal situation. So he has to be careful about what he admits to publicly. Privately he might think, oh, it's okay, yeah, I messed up. But for him to come on a podcast and say, yeah, it's all my fault, I knew that, this had, human trafficking, whatever, he's not going to do that publicly. So I did understand him trying to avoid making those admissions. But it just felt like he was not taking accountability. I think when Magji said, listen, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, because you are the one that actually approached the influencers, or approached the people that approached the influencers. Now, you guys, it's very difficult to think that maybe these kids didn't pick up the red flags, but I have to say that after yesterday's episode, I did feel like, what, maybe I should give them the benefits of a doubt about Sima, and also I angasakhala Usima, kodwa ke usekhala too much ke la ume kancane ngama-followers. Ngiya-understand, guys, ukuthola ama-followers is not a, people need to understand kodwa ukuthi impilo ya online. Anyway, let me not start with that topic. Anyway, you guys, angasakhali kusima, angasakhali ngithi hayi awume phela kancane sime kuyaxoxwa. Hawu, angasakhali usima. Shame bandla. Now, you guys, after that episode, immediately after that, I went on TikTok and there was this video of Cyan where she is basically kind of saying the opposite of what they are saying at the podcast, because at the podcast they wanted us to basically think that the influencers really possibly didn't know that this program was shady, and they just did the deal like they would do any other deal. And people that went to Russia, they went there, they spoke to people that were very happy to be part of the program. And so there is no way that they knew that this was shady. Now, you guys, Cyan is saying something different, because Cyan says that when she spoke to the girls in Russia, even though on camera the girls would say that they are happy, they don't have a problem being part of the program, the place where they stay is very nice and all of that, but she says that when the cameras were off, those girls, one of the girls was even crying because they were saying that is not what is happening. Okay, so basically the girls were kind of being made, it sounds like we're being made to say something different on camera, which when the cameras were off, they were telling us a different story. She says that she did try to raise this with the agencies to say, listen, I like working with this program and everything, but there's something that I'm not understanding here. I think there's something shady here. The girls are not happy, but they are being told to tell us that they're happy. Now, you guys, listen, I'm like, if Cyan saw that, then the rest of them must have seen it. So I kind of feel like Cyan is saying the opposite of what the influencers were saying in that episode, because it looks like they did have opportunities where they could see that the program was shady, and they still made decisions to go ahead and work with the program. Now, the situation here is that I think that everybody has to take accountability. I think the influencers are trying to blame the agencies, and the agencies don't want to admit that they did anything wrong. I think that everybody has some accountability to take. I do think that influencers, some of them did ignore the red flags that they saw, and they don't want to admit it. They just don't want to say, listen, I did think that this and this was shady, but I thought since other people had done it, maybe whatever the reason was that made you justify still moving ahead and working with the program, they just need to be honest about it. And I think in a way with this video here, Cyan is actually exposing the whole thing to say, not only did the influencers have the opportunity to see that there were red flags here, but the agency also ignored it when you try to raise the fact that there are red flags with this program. Listen, you guys, I do think that it's an opportunity for us South Africans to learn, for the influencers to learn. And people keep saying that there is not a single family that has come out to say what their child is in Russia. And that is because, you guys, they're probably not allowed to say, it doesn't make a lot of sense that with all of this money that they were willing to spend on this program, they really just didn't gain a lot from it. So, meaning like the people that are running the program. Like, why would you continue to hire influencer after influencer after influencer after influencer, paying them over 100,000 each, flying them to Russia and back? But you can see that the people are not interested in the program, because basically what we're saying is that people are not interested in the program if you only have like less than 10 people that are coming out to say they are part of the program. We should have thousands of girls that are coming out to say, listen, we are in Russia, we are happy, this is a good program, this is what I've been able to do after I joined the program. So the program is shady, okay? Even if there is not a single family that has come out to say that their child is in Russia, they can't get hold of that child, there is something shady about this program. And I think that nobody wants to admit that with all of the red flags that were there, they did not, or they ignored them. They ignored the red flags. Not that they didn't see them, they ignored them. And I think that it's time that somebody admits that, okay? Even the influencers, they can't throw Usia under the bus, but Sia also can't throw the influencers under the bus, and then the Russian embassy or whatever it is. Everybody here needs to take some accountability. Anyway, you guys, here is Cyan's video that is basically just exposing the influencers to say they did have opportunities to pick up that this was not a good program to advertise. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Like it before gonna share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers.
That is the last moment I knew that my life was over. Am I gonna try to fix it? Of course I am. What do you mean I'm gonna give up? There's no way I'm gonna give up, okay? The comfortability of me being unapologetic was for the fact that I have my family, my friends, my partner that knows exactly the truth in me. And I didn't feel like I had to prove anything to the world. So I was like, let me just rather act like a villain. Am I regretting it? Of course I am regretting it, but I have proof. Before I share this proof, I want you guys to understand that I will never sell any woman intentionally. I'm gonna say a couple of dodgy stuff I figured from this program. This was a voice note I sent immediately on the day 31st of July, Thursday. I sent to my PR manager and I was explaining that kukhona into of CC. And uzothi akakutshelanga. I'm gonna play the voice notes, but it's gonna be the end of my video. But I will see you guys on the next video for my birthday vlog. But this is where I explain and express how I feel about me not coming back the next day. I had to do a show off to the girls and smile with them or something like that. I'm like, I ain't doing that. Whether you pay me or not, I want to leave the fucking country and I'm going to go to SA. And this is my proof.
Hello, dear. So, yeah, I just woke up right now. I just took a quick nap, so I missed your call.
27 July.
Speak to you about a few things because I do have a Zoom meeting at 3 p.m. on the dot. So that's in 30 minutes. So it's like if you look at our conversations are going to be longer if I could call you. I'm sure you saw the first question, the main question I had asked in the group, just about what the plans are for today, because I did say what I believe that my job is done. But I want to share a few parts that I'm kind of concerned about, especially if they are willing to work with more influencers in the future.
Let's pause that. I was so specific to say, if you guys want to work with any other influencers, something is going to expose this brand. And I didn't know that God was going to use me to expose the brand. So I was like, if you work with any other influencers, you have to be legit. Because this is BS. Based on their unprofessionalism, I'm not even coming to the girls as yet. How unprofessional they were. Smoking while taking videos of me. Photographers taking videos. I'm like, guys, can we focus? Fast. But everyone was just slow and let's continue.
So, I need you to understand, Hore, I've been a brand influencer for more than 6 years, and before being a DJ, my passion has always been to boost brand awareness. So I always want to make a difference in any kind of brand I work with. And I believe that also my followers is almost like a powerhouse. Whatever I do, like they follow, even if sometimes obviously we get those negative people that want to see the bad in whatever I promote, but always they just push me as much as like I push myself, and I always appreciate that, and I never take that for granted. So I just want to share a couple of things that I'm kind of concerned about, and then mainly I just need you to know, Hore, I'm not available today for their dinner and whatever else that they had planned, because
I didn't want nothing.
I did my job, and I also have some editing to do on my side, Robin, and all that. So I am getting ready for the airport. Please do inform them on that one. Okay, so more than anything, I'm worried about the kids. I'm worried so much about the kids because when I interviewed the kids, which was, it was yesterday, most of them were not happy, especially with the answers they had to give, on camera. For example, maybe this lady, I had to ask, like, how is it in your accommodation? Like, is it comfortable? How are your roommates treating you? And that girl cried. Like, I was actually in disbelief because she was just not happy. She's like, oh, I have to say this, but I'm really not treated like this. So we had to actually wait for so long for that girl to calm down, so she can actually lie and say, no, everything is good, everyone is kind here, I'm treated fairly, etc. So I believe that most influencers that came here, I think they came to the fact that, oh, it's Russia and I'm getting paid, so I'm going to settle for whatever. But nah, like I said, I value what I do, and I wanted to make a difference in a positive way all the time, Marwan. So I hope, I'm just raising my concern, or I hope, this is really legit, because some of the questions I had to ask was like, hey, are you guys, is it true that the rumors are circulating that when you have a disease or you fall pregnant, like you kicked out, and do you have to book for your own flights? So they had to say no, but apparently it's really true. So those are the little things that I'm kind of concerned about.
I'm so frustrated. Like, you guys don't understand. I'm so frustrated, but I hope everything will be okay with time. If you guys want to hear the rest of the video, it's still absolutely fine. So we can talk about it, but it's just the unprofessionalism of the people that I was working with.
Not like punctual, firstly with time. Okay, sometimes they would say we have to be ready by 8 a.m. and they just come at 11. you know, like things were not like really going fluently, you know. And then while we were shooting, the other one would just stay in the car. I was always complaining that during the day we don't eat. Oh my gosh, we don't eat. And
they were even starving me. Like, I didn't eat myself.
Buffet, that we, you know, I guess that has to fulfill us from the hours that we didn't eat and the hours we were thirsty. Right. Also, I don't appreciate the fact that like we were not informed that cards and cash doesn't work. Like they don't really care. So now I was only informed now that within an hour I have to get ready because they have dinner and they have a meet and greet. So like it's like out of nowhere. I'm just doing nothing. I'm just they have an assumption that I'm just chilling at the hotel and I'm waiting for them to tell me this and that and that. They don't tell us at the day before that, oh, these are your plans for the day or one. And just mind you, everything that's on that script is maybe I did like 20% of it, but every other thing they had to tell us what to do or what. And yeah, it was really time consuming. Energy was super drained, you know, like it wasn't something fun for me to do. Even if they offered for us to do sightseeing today, I was just like, so yeah, man, not really happy, but as long as I raise these things for you, for the next influencers, I wanted to feel safe and secure and to feel like, okay, we are being treated nicely. All right?
Exactly.
So yeah.
So guys, I'll see you guys in the next vlog.